After years of cooking, Toriyama's masterpiece is here.
Stop the cap.
Okay, I know even though Toriyama stated he had put more effort into this series than usual, a lot of us were still doubting the whole concept. Like, we already had GT, so why do the whole Kid Goku theme again? But episode 1 of Daima makes it make sense. Dragon Ball Super being set 4 years after the events of Z left a small gap in between, and so this is where our story starts, literally a couple of months to a year after the death of Kid Buu at Trunks' birthday party. He's turning 9 years old, and so they need to celebrate it. But whilst the gang does so, we are introduced to the Demon Realm. Contrary to Super, which although canon, is very much a separated part of the franchise, whereas Daima is already a lot more of a continuation. The Buu saga was actually more than just about him. Rather, it was an insight to the mortal enemies of the Kais, being the Majins, aka demons. In fact, the demon world has been talked about by Toriyama very briefly, but never really shown in its entirety. You may think that hell is the same thing, right? Well, not exactly. Hell is not the demon realm. They are two completely separate entities. The demon realm is a mirror of the known universe, separated from the likes of the other world, Earth, and all the other universes. Hence why the Kais could never access it. It was totally shut off to them. However, a key note is that we did manage to see a glimpse into it, where in the original Dragon Ball anime, Kid Goku finds an entrance to it when he confronts Shula to save Princess Misa. This was through a gate that Shula opened, but Goku soon sealed it after he won the battle. However, despite the Supreme Kai struggling to access this realm, it is possible. From the get-go, Goku was inspired by Wukong, who himself was a demon that became a demon hunter. Toriyama sprinkled aspect of its lore, with Demon King Piccolo representing them. Remember that back in Dragon Ball, we were told that to become a guardian of Earth, Kami had to purge all the evil energy within. He succeeded by separating the evil nature from himself, but this created the being known as Demon King Piccolo. Piccolo had an extremely dark energy compared to anything we have seen before, and he was able to create demonic offspring. Now, this is not a normal ability for most Namekians, meaning that being pure evil gave him powers that shouldn't have been possible. Something similar took place with Fat Buu, when there were two sides fighting for control, one evil and one good. The evil side felt more malicious and sinister, likely being similar to this dark energy and dark form mentioned in Heroes. All of this gives the premise of evil versus good, demon versus gods, where they are on the opposite side of the spectrum. However, a key point to note is that the demon realm, though represented by evil, is not necessarily evil in itself. In reality, it's just another realm, with its own denizens, morality, science, and dark source of power. Also, the idea of whether Zeno created this realm can also be questioned, as the Super Dragon Balls were made by Zarama, whose power seems to rival Zeno's. Like, it did bring back the deleted universes that he had erased. Episode 1 of Daima also reveals that the Namekians were originally from the demon realm and had migrated to the outside world, which could mean that Zarama originated from here as well, as if you follow the theory that this dragon deity is in fact the forefather of all Namekians. With that said, the demon realm being uncreated or outside of Zeno's control does make sense when we consider that Buu was in existence from time memorial, even predating Universe 7's creation. But Buu isn't the only Majin, as from this realm we have others like Bibidi, Babidi, and King Dabura. In fact, the story of Daima revolves around their defeat, as with Dabura's death, the position of king is now open for our main antagonist, Goma, to take. But like with most bad guys, there is always a sidekick. In Goma's case, it's Dagisu, who is revealed to be none other than the Supreme Kai's, Shin's younger brother. In fact, his sister is here too. She's running the magical science division and worked very close with Dabura. Now you might be thinking, that's very odd. Why did Toriyama condemn Shin Shin's sibling to the demon realm. Aren't they supposed to be gods? Well, this isn't a retcon. The Supreme Kai of Time says that the demon realm is at the end of the universe. Within this infinitely sized space, the demons have their own Supreme Kai, possessing more unique powers like regeneration, immense ki, different transformations, and similar magical powers to Majin Buu. They are called Ma Kaioshin. Remember guys, Kais are appointed to their role and are from a race called the Shinjins of the core world. They get selected by a previous Kai to take their position. Ma Kaioshins starts off like an ordinary Shinjin, but because they are supposedly born evil, they are sent to the demon realm. Zamasu should have also been likely sent to this realm, but somehow manipulated his way out of it. With that said, the Kaioshin are stated to be stronger than the Ma Kaioshin, meaning they will not be the main enemy in this realm. And we can see that with the way Degusu behaves. But to be fair, even Shin's strength is negligible when compared to the Saiyans. The story of Daima highlights this, with Shin's sister Dr. Arinsu manipulating the new King Goma to deal with the Z fighters. Arinsu arrives at the Demon King's palace to share that her research is going well and to congratulate the new king. But he tells her that since Dabura is dead, her research funding will be cut off. Arinsu responds that Gomo has to keep funding her work, or else the powerful fighters who beat Majin Buu might invade the demon realm, showcasing whatever she is working on can and will be a problem for the Z fighters later on. After she leaves, a worried Goma comes up with a plan to use the Earth's Dragon Ball to turn the heroes into kids. Now it's here we learn about the demon realm's very own Dragon Balls, which was created by an OG 1,000-year-old Namekian named Neva, and he is still alive living in this realm. Unlike the outside world, these balls uses dark magic and can likely commit evil things. But I guess Neva still had some sense of accountability, as to go along with it, he created terrifying powerful beings called the Yamagami to protect these balls. So for the longest time, no one in the demon realm has had a wish granted. However, Neva still decides to work alongside Goma and help him use the Earth's Dragon Balls, which I found quite funny because he agreed to do this all for another 1,000 years worth of life. Like, couldn't he just wish it for himself or something? I guess likely time works very different in the demon realm, and the king might just have some power over it. Who knows? Regardless, this old smelly Namekian is super powerful, as unlike anyone before, he can insta-summon the Dragon Balls and even bypass their cooldown period, turning them back to working condition from stone. This is exactly what he does after they infiltrate the Earth's watchtower and summon Shenron. But to get to Earth in the first place, these demons had to enter the outside world through the mouth of a giant fish. Now I know I could be overthinking things, but when it comes to space and time, Toriyama loves fishes to be a medium, as we have seen with the Oracle fish. Regardless, it's here where they can teleport across into the outside universes. This is how Babidi and the other demons did so, even Dr. Arinsu, who was scheming her own little plan. However, with that said, there are some rules to not cross over, and even the king has to go through some proper proceedings if he needs to do so. But another cool thing we learn is about the Three-Eye Clan, likely Tien's ancestors. Originally, they were demons too, and had the evil third eye, which to the people of Daima is regarded as the legendary Tien Oculus. It was lost during the reign of Dabura's father, the supreme demon king Abura. This eye is supposedly said to grant the user unbelievable power, and long ago it used to be passed down the supreme demon kings. Goma wants to use the second wish of the Dragon Ball to grant him these eyes. With Goma wishing for everyone that fought Buu to turn into children, our heroes will be limited in power and energy. We saw this concept in GT, as Goku couldn't even go Super Saiyan 3 easily due to the strain on his little body. Now though Dabura was under Baba Babidi's control, he was the main demon we saw in Dragon Ball Z. Dabura was said to be the strongest in the demon realm and stated to be more powerful than Cell. This may sound weak now, especially if you compare them to Super Saiyan God, but this is only within the mortals of the demon realm. Gormott states that the demon realm also consists of 3 different worlds where there could be more powerful beings. Remember Janembe and the race of Buu, all of these other characters. Apart from this, we also have a lot of non-canon material covering the demon realm. For starters, you have the Dragon Ball heroes stating that before age 850, the demon realm was sealed away, and if it was ever broken, chaos would erupt into the universe. Obviously, this isn't canon, but it does give some interesting ideas that could link into Daima. For example, the demon realm apparently has a unique type of dark energy, which is quite similar to what I was mentioning before with Buu and King Piccolo. And when Babidi gave Vegeta access to this energy, he became a bit stronger. In Xenoverse 2, we also see this world, or at least it's kind of talked about. The reason this place is so dangerous is mainly because our gang's power are nowhere near as effective. It cannot simply brute strength their way through everything like before. Think of Majin Buu. Bro was turning people into chocolates and eggs and had regeneration surpassing anyone in Dragon Ball Z. Actually, if you think about it, even Vegeta, one of the strongest characters in the series, was turned into chocolate and likely would have stayed like that if not for him slapping up Super Buu until he turned him back. Then if you fast forward to Dragon Ball Super, we see Buu managing to stand up against Moro. This is because of the unique powers he possesses as a Majin, linking into the different energy they possess. Buu was unaffected by any of Moro's attack, including his energy absorption, which left both Goku and Vegeta near death. My guy was using some of the most ridiculous techniques in the series, which allowed him to beat even a planet eater like Moro, who, mind you, straight up ran away when he got his powers back, still being on edge around Buu. But talking about Buu, Daima at face value seems to have retconned some concepts, like how Shin managed to break free from the Patora's effects, even after they stated it was a permanent thing. In Super, they explained it with a wish from the Dragon Balls, but now they are saying that they had Buu inhale them and spit them out, proving that Buu's inner gas has magical properties to undo the Patora's effects. In fact, it was this special magical gas that turned Vegeta back to normal. In Super, during the fight against Zamasu, we had learnt that Vegeta had split back into Goku and Vegeta because of a time limit, and the rings are only permanent with the Kais. Now don't get me wrong, they can still fix this if Shin and Kibito fuses again by the end of Daima. And then canonically, the Patora fusion can be broken down both by the Dragon Balls and Buu's special gas. Daima also added another retcon though, of Krillin saying that Goku used the Dragon Balls to wish for Buu to be a good guy and remain on Earth, which wasn't needed in the original story as he had already become good by separating from his dark side, and then he fought Kid Buu. Now it just seems like they needed the Dragon Balls to change Buu's nature, which tarnishes all the work Hercule did. And also, it just goes against the whole concept of evil beings becoming good, like we saw with Piccolo Jr. and even Vegeta. In fact, later on in the series, Goku gets help from a Majin called Gloria, meaning that not all Majins are pure evil, which makes sense as the evil beings from the outside world are usually sent into the demon realm, but not necessarily everyone born in this realm is supposed to be evil. Some could be good, who knows, maybe a lot of them are in fear of the evil ones, which is where Goku would step in. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to watch this one next.